Assalamualaikum, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum students. Let's start today's lecture. Today we are going to study as this picture is in front of you, which is showing. Okay, what is this? Cancel. Okay, so we are going to study the sensory supply of the face and the sorry, the trigeminal nerve. The trigeminal nerve is supplying the sensory to the face. So this red area is supplied by the ophthalmic branch of the trigeminal nerve, and this blue is supplied by the maxillary branch of the trigeminal nerve, and this green area is supplied by the mandibular branch. Sorry, this one is the mandibular, and this one is the maxillary branch, and this one is the mandibular, and this is the ophthalmic branch of the trigeminal nerve, which is supplying this area. Okay, so let me tell you something very important, and that is the area over here. You can see the area over here is not supplied by the trigeminal nerve. Basically, this is the area of the parotid gland, and this is the angle of the mandible, and it is supplied by the great auricular nerve. Okay, this area, the angle of the mandible and the parotid gland area, is not supplied by the trigeminal nerve. It is supplied by the great auricular nerve. Okay, let's start. So ophthalmic nerve. Okay, this is the ophthalmic division, ophthalmic and maxillary and mandibular. So it is we have to go into detail of each branch. The branches supplying 1, 2, and this one is the 3, and this one is 4, and this one is 5. Okay, so you have 5 branches of ophthalmic division, and 3 branches of mandibular division, and 3 branches of maxillary division. Okay, so trigeminal nerve is the 5th cranial nerve. So 5 branches of the ophthalmic division are here, which are supplying the face, and trigeminal has the 3 main branches: ophthalmic, maxillary, and mandibular. So you can memorize it from here that 3 branches are of maxillary and 3 branches are of mandibular, and 5 are of ophthalmic. 5 for ophthalmic, 3 for maxillary, and 3 for mandibular. Okay, so which are the 3 branches, 5 branches of the ophthalmic? Let's start from ophthalmic. Ophthalmic's 5 branches. First one is the lacrimal branch. This one is the lacrimal branch. Okay, why lacrimal? You know, this area is of lacrimal gland over here. Lacrimal gland over here, and the lacrimal secretions, the tears are produced by the lacrimal gland. So the nerve over here is the lacrimal nerve, which is the branch of the ophthalmic division. Okay, the first one is the lacrimal. Okay, the second one is the supraorbital. Supraorbital is supplying just next to the lacrimal, and this is the orbit superior part, so this is called the supraorbital. Okay, the third one is the supratrochlear. Okay, so the part medial to the supraorbital is supplied by the supratrochlear nerve. So the supratrochlear nerve. Next is the this one. This nerve is inferior to trochlea. Okay, this is inferior, so it is called the infra. This is the fourth one. This is called the infratrochlear. Okay, supratrochlear and infratrochlear, and one is left, which is this nerve supplying the tip of the nose, which is the external nasal nerve. Okay, so the fifth one is the external nasal nerve, ENN. Okay, so you got the five branches of the ophthalmic division. One is the lacrimal, and other one is supraorbital and supratrochlear and infratrochlear, and this tip of the nose, this end of this part is supplied by the external nasal nerve. Okay, ENN, external nasal nerve. So these are the five divisions of the ophthalmic nerve. I don't need to tell you anymore that which part of which nerve, which branch is supplying which part, because everything is clear in this picture. So that's why I have told you everything. Okay, let's move on. And next we are going to discuss the next division, which is the maxillary division. Okay, for the maxillary division, I have already told you that it has just three branches. Okay, just three branches. The first branch is the infraorbital branch. Infraorbital means infraorbital. This one is the infraorbital branch. Okay, this is the zygomaticofacial and this is the zygomaticotemporal. Okay, let me tell you details about each. Infraorbital is just inferior to the supraorbital. Okay, that's why it is called the infraorbital. It is present inferior to the supraorbital. Okay, and it is appearing through the infraorbital foramen over here. So that's why it is the infraorbital branch. Okay, next we have the zygomaticotemporal, which is coming out from the temporal fascia. It is coming out through the temporal fascia and it is supplying the temporal part, and it is called the zygomaticofacial and zygomaticotemporal. And then we have the zygomaticofacial. Zygomaticofacial is supplying the cheek area. This is the cheek area, so it is supplied by the zygomaticofacial. So these are the three branches of the maxillary. First we did the five branches of the ophthalmic, and then we did the three branches of the maxillary nerve. Okay, next move to the next. We have the three divisions of the mandibular. This one is the mandible, and this is the first division of the mandible, which is the mantle nerve. Mantle nerve is coming from the mantle foramen over here. No need to tell you, the people have studied mandible and I have told you the mantle foramen. So the from the mantle foramen the mantle nerve is coming, which is supplying just this part, which is inferior to the lip and this area. Okay, so next is the buccal nerve. Buccal nerve here. Buccal nerve is coming out. It is coming out from the. Let me tell you where it is present. It is basically present here. The masseter muscle is over here. You know that we have studied the mandible, and in the mandible you studied the masseter muscle. So from the masseter muscle, its close relation is very close relation to the masseter muscle, and it is supplying the part, the area, and this all this area is supplied by the buccal nerve of which is the division of the mandibular nerve, and mandibular nerve is a division of trigeminal nerve. Okay, the last division is the auriculotemporal. This is the auriculotemporal. Auriculotemporal as this is basically supplying the parotid gland area, and this area the parotid, it is starting from the parotid gland area and it is supplying the skin of the auricle and the external acoustic meatus, and it is supplying the this temporal part of the bone. So this is the auriculotemporal nerve. So we have the three branches in the mandibular nerve. One is the mantle nerve, and other one is the buccal nerve, and the third one is the auriculotemporal nerve. Okay, and in the maxillary division of the trigeminal nerve, we start the infraorbital and the zygomaticofacial and the zygomaticotemporal. Okay, and in the ophthalmic division we studied the five branches: the lacrimal branch, the supraorbital and the supratrochlear and the infratrochlear and the external nasal nerve. So this is all about the trigeminal nerve. Thank you so much. Hopefully it is completed and hopefully you people got everything related to it. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.